So today on Dylan Talks Tone, I'm going to show you how to make this black hardware that I make. Before we get started, there's a couple things I want to tell you about. One is we fired up the podcast again. It is an audio-only podcast. It's where we kind of conceptualize and put together these videos, and I share some opinions and some viewpoints that maybe I don't actually share in the normal YouTube videos. That I think you might want to check them out. We'll put a link to it in the description below. It's over on Patreon. I'm only doing it on Patreon for now because I just want to see how it goes. But, you know, I have opinions too, and I want to share them. So that's where they are. So go check it out. It's audio only for now. You let me know if you want it to be video also. Maybe we will do that. I'm not sure. But that's where it is. It kind of all depends on you and what you guys think. Okay? So do that. All right, let's get back into this project. I don't like black hardware. Like, I don't like normal black, just black painted hardware on a guitar. To me, it's, I don't know. I don't want my guitars to look like a 1980s Kramer, and that black hardware kind of like chalks out over time and stuff. So I'm not really big into black hardware. So I'm going to show you today how I do this. It's a little bit kind of a crazy process. Basically, this is the look we're going for. So like this kind of blue / black look. I have to do this for a build. I just painted the body yesterday, so it's over there drying. And I've got, so let's get this hardware out of the way. We've got the humbucker cover for the neck, and we've got the control plate, but I need to do a set of tuners. So I figured we would black these tuners. First things first, safety third. Well ventilated area. We're going to actually use an acid for this. I use this Birchwood Casey aluminum black metal finish stuff. I used aluminum black originally, and you're saying, well, that's not aluminum. It was steel. Yes, I used it originally. I bought this originally to black the B16 on the guitar that we just talked about a minute ago. I ended up using it for the rest of the hardware, and it came out amazing. So I just decided, screw it, I'm just gonna use it. It's like $8 or $9 on Amazon. We'll leave a link to it in the description below, and I'll show you the process. It's super easy, but it is acid. I'm not saying it's gonna like burn your face off or anything, but it is acid. So just think about that safety wise. The other thing is we're gonna rub this on here, and I'm gonna show you how I do it in a minute. But like if you're wearing a watch or something, I would definitely take it off. Like if you have, you know, a watch you care about, anything like that. I don't know. Other stuff I've done with acid for aging parts, the vapors in the air will kind of like tarnish stuff around it. So just be careful what you've got sitting around. I'm in the garage this morning with the door open. Last time I did this, I found out that even with the door open, being really close to this, gave me a headache. So I've been wearing this thing every time I do this. So that and some gloves. I use these gloves that I used to use when I used to manage a collision shop and handled a lot of auto finishes and stuff. And these gloves were the same brand I used for that. And so they work pretty well. I'm gonna sound funny because I'm gonna have a mask on, but I want to be safe about this, and I don't want to have a headache for the rest of the day. So you're just gonna have to bear with me. Probably we're going to end up time-lapsing most of this anyway. Before we mask up and do all that, we'll put this just I just take a capful. Okay? That's really all it is just a capful. I've done 4 or 5 guitars with just that little bottle. And then we're going to put this thing on. Because I don't want to have a headache at the end of the day, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Is we're just going to soak a paper towel. This is super simple. Then we're going to take one part at a time, and we're going to start rubbing. Now the trick with this is, on nickel-plated hardware, it takes a minute to break the nickel down. So you got to sit here and kind of rub for a while, and let it build up on there, and rub it, and you'll see it start to break down. See that? Now it's already starting to turn black.
You got to do it this way because if you submerge these parts in acid of any kind, you can do damage to the inside mechanism. So you have to basically do it by hand. It's a little bit labor intensive, but to me it's worth it. Now remember too that this will continue to work after you stop rubbing it until we like dissolve it with water. So which also you can't submerge the stuff into water, you might mess up the tuners. So I actually just kind of wipe them down with water in a few minutes, but I let them sit. So there's one, let's keep going. Okay, so there's all the tuners, but don't forget that the screw heads and the tops of the bushings are also going to show, so we got to do those too. And there it is. Let me take these rubber gloves off, I'll get this mask on.
Okay, so a couple things about this. One is you just kind of want to make sure that you're doing your best to match them all. You don't want to slop too much on in one spot because it'll eat through the nickel faster and it'll give you like a splash water drop spot. The other thing is make sure ventilation. Even taking my mask off after this and having this stuff sitting here, I can smell it in the air. So just ventilation, ventilation, ventilation. And don't forget any of the parts that you think will show, because, you know, and do them down long enough to where, yeah, ventilation. I probably shouldn't even take my mask off yet until I rinse this stuff. Yeah, but here's our full set for our hardware. And when we put this guitar together, we'll come back and revisit this, and I'll show you kind of how it all goes together and what it looks like when it's done. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. My name is Dylan. This is Dylan Talks Tone. Everybody's been asking me about this. I get questions on Facebook, I get questions on YouTube, and I get questions on my email. How did you make that black hardware for that guitar? This is how I did it. We'll put a link to the product I use in the comments below, and some of the other safety stuff too that I feel really works well. A dust mask does not work. You have to use a proper one that I used to be in the auto paint business, so I have all this stuff, and with fresh filters and everything, you know. So yeah, man. And make sure if you buy one of these, you store it in the bag. Don't leave it out, because the particulates and stuff in the air will basically ruin it from the wrong side. So keep it in the bag, store it in the bag that you got it in. A couple of little tips there, and that's really it. This will not work with chrome. You got to do it with nickel. It will work with chrome, but you have to like spend a long time rubbing it to let it break through that. Where nickel will do it relatively quickly. So I use it all with, this is all nickel hardware to start. Okay. Chrome doesn't really age the same. So make sure that you use chrome or nickel. And that's it. Thanks for hanging out. I just want to share that with you. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you subscribe and like and all that other stuff. Like the video, man. I know you watched it, so like it. If that'd be great. That really helps us out. Check us out on Dylan Talks Tone. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Do all those things, and subscribe and share this with people. It's a pretty cool deal. Thanks a lot, man. We'll talk to you soon.